Twitch and or YouTube. What's up? Hello. Thanks for joining my stream. I'm excited to be here. My streaming schedule has been a little wonky lately, but I hope this week is going to be a nice and stable one. I'm planning on doing some work on Typescript-eslint maintenance. For those who are new, welcome. Thanks for joining or watching. My name is Josh. I'm one of the maintainers on Typescript-eslint, which is the tooling that lets you run eslint and prettier and other common JavaScript tools in TypeScript code. I'm rather excited always to be one of the people who maintains this. It's good stuff. I will say that it's not the only thing I do, but today it's going to be probably what I focus on. There's an ever-present issues and pull requests query pair that I can run to find things that I got to work on, or at least one of us maintainers should. If you're not familiar with how this tool works, that's okay. We have a blog post, ASTs and Typescript-eslint, that explains kind of how things work. The gist of it is all your code, like this 1 + 2 semicolon, can be represented in what's called an AST, abstract syntax tree. Camera's a little off. ASTs can be described in plain old JavaScript objects, or JSON. For example, this 1 + 2 is an expression that contains a binary expression which has left literal 1 plus right literal 2. And lint rules work on these things. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to one of my little pre-canned queries that's like all open pull requests that are not marked as waiting for a response or some such. Or I'll go to all open issues that are not waiting response or some such. Or like have triage. Style shit, welcome, a contributor. I see you've got your pull request here. What I was going to plan on doing is go through the oldest ones towards the newer ones. But since you're here and it looks like I have an unread notification of this one, I guess we can start with this PR. Nico Swansor, hello. Thank you for subscribing. Also, Toby Solution. Wow, so many friends today. Nico and I met finally in person. It was awesome. And ooh, I switched my camera too far to this side. And Toby, we had a lovely coffee chat. Thanks y'all for joining. How's everyone doing? Any good Hacktoberfest shenanigans going on? Oh, you just needed another test. You noticed? Okay. Well, yeah, I can review everything except the presence of that test needing or being needed. Great. All right. So first thing, and I always try to remember to, first up, a PR from Style Shit. Do you have a Twitter that I or some such that I should be? What a great website. No Twitter. Just want to make sure I'm not missing. PR on no unsafe, what is it? No unsafe enum comparison, fixing up, adding, what does this do again? Add switch suggestion. Oh, is this adding a suggestion? You changed from orange to cherry. Thank you. What a, got it. Yeah, I like tagging people if they want. So if you want me to tag you, feel free to post. Yeah, adding a suggestion fixture for switch statements. Where's my party? I also post to Elk, which is my Mastodon client. My server is Fastodon and Blue Sky. Boop. Well, thank you for the follow. Oh, wait. Style shit. What a great name. Thanks, Toby. Yeah, I think it's a nice thing to do. You know, a lot of people don't really know what it is to maintain open source, as evidenced by the large amount of spam that we all get. But okay, I remember previously going over this, right? Left comments. Right, yes. And actually, fun fact, since we last talked about this, I actually filed an issue on Here we go. ESLint itself asking for explicit docs of fix versus suggest because they didn't really exist. So, oh wait, hang on. That's the wrong. What? How did I? Did they move the issue to Oh, right. I filed it in the wrong place. Well, anyway, here's the actual issue that the ESLint docs don't explicitly say what the difference is between a rule fix and a suggestion. So, yay. Oh no, there's a red. Oh, verify files. What's going on there? Fragment check. I'll have to fix that up after this. But anyway, first, your thing. I'm just closing off all my junk. Code, TypeScript, ESLint. Boop. Exit 0. Boop, boop, boop. 7691. I've been working in light mode recently, but the lighting here actually, I think I'm going to switch to dark mode. Yeah, my lighting setup was different for a while, so back to dark mode. People will stop screaming at me about it. Okay, I'm in the right PR. I know, very bold. I'm a trailblazer, really, is what I am. I don't know why my yarn alias is messed up on this particular computer. It's fine on my laptop, but whatever. All right, so we talked about adding a suggestion. Talked about right there are types being done. Yeah, right. Replacing just the little bit of text. Okay, this is coming back. Previous stream. Awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I've pulled the latest changes. Yarn jest, no unsafe enum in watch mode. Okay. Let's take a look at the file. How can you review in GitHub when it's not side by side? Looks awful IMO. Yeah. I'm just right now kind of skimming through the comments. What I normally do. Oh, yeah, it was simpler. Yeah, what I normally do is I'll just like refresh my mind on what the comments are. By the way, this brought me so much amusement. I think on the last stream I was like, oh, but it should be cherry because it's alphabetical sequential order. Like a little turd that I am. Oh yeah, and like if there's a specific comment. But yeah, no, what I normally do is I'll open the files view after that. So just to get a skim through. Yeah, these are great comments. Do these already exist? Right, it's going by the existing standard. Nice. Praise, great comments. Thanks for continuing this standard. Boop. Yeah, we can resolve that. Yeah, I don't know. The number of variables isn't like a crucial thing for me. I don't really mind so much. By the way, I know there's like a GitHub extension for VS Code. I've never been a huge fan. It's not fully featured enough. I always find myself needing to switch back. So, where is it? Is this? This was in the share details. Interesting. So name.getText. Should be able to just do text here. We should really write an ESLint rule for that at some point. Okay, so one can be text, but the member is a property name. Which might be an identifier or a string literal or numeric literal or a computed property name or whatever. Can enums even have computed property names? Is that like a thing? Is my toggle there? If we do like enum something or fruits, apple. Yeah, so computed property names are not allowed in enums, which means yeah. I like collapsed divs, especially when it's all a bunch of additions. Yeah, so actually, the member declaration is an enum member. So the enum member's name isn't just any old property name, right? Like right here, the ID is trying to say that it's, oh wait, no, that's the enum declaration. Then we have members with an enum member where the ID is a binary expression. Yeah, so this is an interesting thing. How should rules act when the AST is invalid? Like, you shouldn't even be running, I think, ESLint on this code. It's just, who knows how this is going to work. So anyway, pretty sure. Oh no, network connection issues. Good luck. Pretty sure we can assert that this is like a more specific node type. Like, you can't have computed property names in enums, but you can have this. So, I think as long as there's a test for enums like this, we should be fine. But I'll post in the PR. Name.text. Nit. Cleanup. Nitpicking. Just nitpicking. This isn't really nit. We generally try to avoid get text when possible, as it. How do I describe this? Why do we avoid get text? This function has an issue. Oh no. It's a blunt function that directly draws from the source code text, which means it papers over nuances we might care about, such as the differences, such as if an ID is actually a computed property. The return doesn't work for string keys. Huh. Interesting. Well, looks like testing. So actually, before I request tests, let me see if they exist. Testing. The name might be although TS enums can't have TypeScript says its enums can't have computed property names. What's the term for this? Key literals are allowed. There should be some tests for that. Just added a failing test. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I can pull in changes. And yeah, are we, oh, there equals 4. Const other ABC. Is this allowed? Where's my bracket? Okay, so that's not allowed. That's nice. 1, 2, 3. Can't have a numeric name. Fortunately, some variable ID and 1, 2, 3 aren't allowed. So if you need an assertion or two, that might make sense. Okay. Yeah, the number of variables doesn't really impact performance. I like how you said it. I do. Like, it's easy to read. No complaints here. And if I get pull, not there yet. I will check later. All right. So let's look at the added code. So yeah, this is looking good to me. We're saying the rule newly has suggestions. The suggestion has this new method ID, replace with an enum value comparison. We replace the right side with enum key if possible. So if it's a left enum key, we replace the right with left enum key. Then it's the same thing from right to left, and otherwise no. And get enum key for literal. That's this shared utility, right? Was I just there? This thing. Cool. This makes me happy. Yeah, tests are looking good. We have like numeric and string values. The reason why this is a fixer, by the way, is because it's actually super difficult to get the enum in there. Aha, refresh. What happens if it's like from another file? What if you have multiple enums of the same name? Like suggestions are for the times when it's unsafe. Mixed. Looks good to me. Cool. Git pull. Diff head. What changed? So you added a string key. Aha. Sweet. Haha, so it doesn't actually need the array brackets. That's cool. And can you have like that? You can't have backticks. That's nice. Ha! Pulled. Okay. So I'm just going to resolve this and post the issue. I see you live added 1 for a equals 1. Let's do a equals 1 or an equivalent 2. Yeah, this test looks great. +1. Yeah, in theory, one could say, oh, this should be string key of, or .a, but I don't care. And that's not in the purview of this rule. Just confirming explicitly in case someone looks at this in the future. I think it's fine to have it look like this. Look like string key A instead of string key .a. They're functionally the same, and the rule, and there are other rules around stylistic concerns. That being said, can you also? I have a suspicion, actually, before I ask for it. What happens if there's a comment in the source? So, like, what if we do string key of gotcha? Like, that's allowed. Pretty sure. Just let me just make sure that's allowed. Yeah. So, should make sure that this. See, this is part of why we don't often like get text, because aha, gotcha. This is what comes out, right? Oh wait, hang on. It's also in the declaration. Got to be updated. Let's see if that's extra space. Run. Ooh, interesting. So, that's a bug. Isn't that fun? Don't you just love comments in code? They always mess up. I'll add a mess. I have another comment about more. Actually, yeah, I'll just mention the other comments. And gotcha. Or an equivalent. Comments tend to get in the way when using getText. Awesome. Looking great. Structure is solid. Good test coverage. Super readable code. Nice. Just requesting changes on a bit more test coverage and some getText name touch-ups. And I'm trying to get better at this. I always mess this up. Having a GIF. We've had it like for months now in our guidelines of like, hey, if you're a maintainer, consider using GIFs. It makes everyone happy. You included. It does make me happy. What is the name? What is the name of this stop motion sheep film? Is this Shaun the Sheep? Oh, okay. Sean the sheep giving 2 thumbs up. It's probably going to be the same logic as the last test, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think if you just copy and paste the test and then add the gotcha, like what I did, but copy and paste instead of in place, should be fine. Cool. Oh, it's Timmy. A sheep from the Sheep movie. Thank you for the now I'm just curious. Sean the Sheep, Timmy. Oh yeah. Thank you. It is Timmy. Timmy. Nice. I've never seen this movie. Great image though. All right. So that was fun. Around 25 minutes. 20 minutes or so review for one pull request. That's pretty common. Let's move on. Things to do, places to go. Oh, and since I left a review, waiting for response. Yeah, this is resolved. Let me just resolve these conversations. Boop. Boop. Yay. Awesome. Damian Park Home & Co. I never know how to say people's names. Hello. Thanks for joining. How's it going? I actually want to take a brief interlude because I was working on an ESLint contribution and it looks like the pull request has some issues. So I'm just going to quickly divert to this. Quick diversion to an ESLint PR I'd sent earlier today that introduced some build issues on. Oopsie poopsie. Blue sky and your invalid responses. My gosh. Silly. All right. So it's complaining about fragment checks. PM under validate internal links. And what does that do? npm run lint links. If I can cd docs, I think it's the directory. Yeah, ESLint keeps its docs in a docs directory. Ooh, look at this little output. Tools validate links. Okay. So I got a fragment check, core concept, report suggestions. I don't know why this is failing. So what I did in this pull request is just a docs change. I added, I have to zoom out once, apologies. I added, well, for starters, this, I switched this link to, from, what did I do? Yeah, from the custom rules docs to use, and I don't get it. Use / command line interface pound whatever report suggestions expected ID equals report suggestions. So just go. Oh, you know what it is? I accepted a change suggestion from Nicholas Zakis, the maintainer, and that suggestion changed the name of the headings. So now I have to update this too. Okay, so it's not report suggestions. It's rule fixes and rule suggestions. Okay, this is fine. Rule suggestions. Why is lint links taking so long? Cool. Thanks, Toby. I appreciate you hanging around. Awesome. I'm glad you're having a good time, Demian. This makes me happy. So this was report whatever. Now it's rule whatever. So let me just make sure nothing else refers to the old name. Okay. Post suggestion fix rule categories macro HTML. Shut up VS Code with your 50 character limit. I've never wanted that. Ugh. Now why is Git taking a while? Does this have the show output thing still? Is there a cancel? Nope. Oh, I know what it is. It's probably I have this my GPG key thingy. I can't figure out why this computer and not the other one, it always requires a manual whatever. So soon there'll be a little pop-up asking for my key. Or not. Maybe it just won't do anything. Maybe validate links is taking forever. Hey. There we go. And I'll just run this in the background while I'm doing other things. Okay. Let's go back to typescript-eslint. Let's do other things. TypeScript-eslint. I want to go to the really old pull requests and try to close them out if possible because they've been sitting for a while. So oldest first. Let's see. I'm actually going to skip Brad's. He's another maintainer on the project, and I know he was working on these a while ago and once in a while finds time for it. Next up, let's see if this one's relevant. Allow file specifier to exclude paths. Posting that in the chat. Why is this blocked? Waiting on discussion in 6839. Add ability to match via pattern. Okay, so great. Looks like here's what happened. This PR was meant to address an open issue, but then we separately in a different issue, this 6839, discussed whether we want something to be able to do what that PR suggests. We discussed a little bit. Brad, back in August, said, okay. I had wanted a second opinion on it just because I've been really gung-ho about these things and I want to make sure I'm not getting too excited about them. So yeah. Yep. Sorry for the delay. It's accepting PRs, so this is unblocked. Yay, and now it needs review. So I'm going to review it. Yay, this is why I go back to old PRs once in a while, because sometimes I drop the ball on something. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. Also, this is a good pause point. Drink water, y'all. Before I dive into some months old pull request with merge conflicts that I have like almost no memory of. Okay, so posting on social media, diving back into an older PR that was blocked until a couple months ago. Oops. Missed it for those 2 months. Yeah. What is happening? Okay. In typescript-eslint v6, we added a utility called type matches specifier. Much of the work was done by Rebecca Stevens and Marek Dedish. These two people. It's the standardized way that you can, in one rules options, specify some set of like file paths or type names or whatever. Type matches specifier takes in a type, the description that's from that standard thing, and then the program, the TypeScript API program. Now we're asking if we can match things with a pattern. So we want a regular expression for the type name or a glob pattern for the path, either or both. So Brad says Y. Brad says Y. So Rebecca Stevens is maintainer on isImmutable_type, which is a utility library. Oh, I haven't started. Whoops. It's a great utility library. It allows you to check whether a type is immutable or read-only, which is really useful in, say, ESLint plugin functional that checks whether your types are immutable, read-only. So that's nice. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful logo. So I think adding a regular expression. Okay, so yeah, so we're saying sends a slurk, just follow me. That's funny. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so just allow a regular expression for prefer read-only parameter types and so on. Awesome. Okay, so wait, now the PR is allow file specifier to exclude paths. Wait, that's different from the issue. So the actual backing issue for this one is file specifier does checks in node modules. Okay, so now the PR is... Got it. So we were just discussing things about... Wow, yeah, this is getting convoluted. Okay. Oh, man. This is getting so convoluted. So what is the actual type change? Unchecked file annotations. All right, so the actual change, let me pull this locally. Oops. GHPR checkout. Oh wait, I just realized I closed the ESLint window. But I meant to keep the task running. Whatever, it's fine. It'll verify it in CI for me. So the actual change in this PR 6860, PR checkout 6860, C, and oh my god, git pull, is file specifier still takes in from file a name string or array of strings, but it also takes in, you can either specify path or exclude path. I'm confused. Why don't we just why don't we make it optional? Why are we doing it all fancy like? I mean, I don't follow. I'm going to resolve this as it's quite an old conversation. Starting a new conversation. Why make exclude paths? So what they're doing in this type is they're saying you can either provide a path or an exclude paths. But if you provide one, the other has to be undefined. And path mutually exclusive. What if someone wants to provide both, e.g., path JavaScript. Path examples. Exclude paths. Examples. Node modules. Proposal. Can we switch this to back to a straightforward interface? Okay, so that's my thought. And then it's also an old conversation. Yeah. So okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Just suggesting making this a more straightforward interface. I also wonder if we should call this path excludes to visually lump it in with path. Yeah, so sorry for the delay here. I think the changes generally make sense, but I'm leaning towards keeping it less complex by not making exclude paths. Okay, so I forgot how convoluted these things get. Waiting response. Whew, all right. Moving on. Oh boy. Fix type, another one from, I got a couple from Rebecca. This is fun. Is this awaiting response still? I think we'd asked for coverage, so Rebecca might have dropped this, or look at this little save reply template I'm using. Hell yeah. No need to share this on the socials. I'm just pinging in, checking in. Ooh, do you know if it's possible to write tests for TypeScript status checks? For example, I'm generating a client API interface and want to ensure TypeScript works properly. Yeah, definitely. You have quite a few options. You might enjoy at least the README of ESLint plugin expect type. Thanks for asking. This is one example. You can use little 2/ assertions. Oh boy, the description is buggy. Whatever. Yeah, fix that later. So that's cool. You can do like little assertions here, and it'll yell at you if they're off. Additionally, there are a few other tools that are referenced in the README that you might like. So expect type, which is like a runtime thingy. I actually think I need to update this with a vtest type check testing. I think they have their own thing now, testing types. So I can file a new issue. Docs mention vtest testing types in README. Since I last redid this project's README came out, maybe it should be mentioned. I think it should be mentioned in the list of other type testers. Yay. Accepting PRs, good first issue. Yeah. So you have a few options here. Also, what you can do, what I highly recommend if you're generating any kind of client APIs or client code, is have an end-to-end test that verifies that they actually work as expected. For example, if you're generating a client API, have an example app, which is used in your documentation as an example of how to use the client API, and make sure that that example app type checks. And if possible, you could write an end-to-end test running the client app too. So let me know if that does or doesn't answer your question. Takanomi Dev, hello, welcome. Thanks for hopping on. How's it going? All right, I was going to Oh yeah, so I already checked on the other two. Treat custom type roots as external. Oh boy. Boo. Yay, I'm glad. So what was there's an accepting PRs bug. These two were talking about it. Treat custom type roots as external. So we were using okay, so we're using an internal TypeScript API in this one. Yeah, this is a deep dive. I'll have to I'll want another fun Rebecca Stevens. I'm self-doubting. I'm pretty sure Rebecca Stevens is not on Twitter, but let me just make sure. Another fun one around type utils. Fun older one. Boop, boop, boop. Come on, Blue Sky. Will you error? Yes. I wonder if it's that I press the button while the preview is loading. Maybe that's the problem. Anyway, pin to the chat. So the unit tests here were difficult. So we were using like this source file to package name thing. All the existing. So what's the actual root issue? Why are we doing this? Type matches specifier from package foo name foo, and if you have type roots, then they're treated as local files if you specify a package from type roots. Okay, interesting. This is the same stuff I was looking at before with that standard template or that standard format for specifying like types or packages or files. Yeah, so I remember this now. I tried it out locally and it worked. Source file to package name. I couldn't figure out unit test for it. And all the existing unit tests passed. So let me just say that actually, that this is a tricky one. All the existing unit tests still pass, and I couldn't figure out how to add unit tests for the new behavior. It's been sitting for a while. Let's ship it. Sign of the horns? What is it? Sign of the devil? Rock on. What does GitHub call this? Rock on? Equals cartoon animation of a ship on water. Sorry for taking so long. I mean, it's just been sitting for a few months. I don't like sitting. I say ship it, and if someone complains, well, they're using a new feature and their type roots are weird. So I'm just going to update the branch because, aha, my ESLint one passed. Yay. It's been a while since this was up to date with the latest branch. I press the button. Does it do anything? It's updated. Okay. Then I also actually want to do a little touch up. I saw in the files diff that there was an unnecessary, I think, change. I remember seeing this as a merge conflict. Doesn't really matter which one we go with. Yeah, this was just like do on this merge conflict D change. Ooh, it feels good to get back to old PRs. I always get like anxious, you know, when they're just sitting around for too long. All right. So once that one passes build, hopefully then I can merge it. Yay. Ooh, longer awaiting response. Yay! All right. Next up, we have a draft from. Oh, I like Clayton. Clayton Paros. We've met a bunch of times online. I just requested a few small touch-ups, so I'll just see if they're see if they want to continue this work. It's like almost ready for review, I think. So I can just ping him and move on. Next up, Dan Vanderkamp. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Dan recently wrote an article on the Effective TypeScript blog, which is the blog for a great book, Effective TypeScript book. I recommend it in my book. And, where's the blog? And I've been meaning to tweet about this, actually, so let me just go ahead and do that. Shout out for a really interesting article on the... Is Effective TypeScript? I don't think it has its own thing. On the Effective TypeScript blog by Dan V. Cam. Out. Let me just copy and paste the title, actually. Love seeing these dives into how alternate tech stacks evolved and competed. I don't want to say competed. It's too competitive over time. And what drew or repelled where's usage? Brain emoji. For an interesting article yeah. Cool. And because I'm trying to not contribute too much to the Muskification and monopoly of Twitter, I cross-post everything laboriously because it's a pain in the butt to do it automatically. Stan Vanderkam? Is he on the Mastodons? I don't know. Lovely chap. Oh, is that him? I legitimately can't tell. Don't think so. All right. And we got the copy pasta here also. This is part of my life. Social media. Yeah, he's not on here either. All right, I'll let the link load and then I'll post. Maybe that is what was making Blue Sky crash. Yay. Anyway, back to what we were talking about here. Why is this... Okay, so I see I checked in on July 16th, so I'm just going to... Do I have a save response for this? For stale... pruning stale PR. A few months, actually. Close. Oh, well. We don't like leaving PRs around for too long, waiting for the author, because it's called the licked cookie, where if there's an issue, we want to make sure that it's actionable. And if someone says they're going to tackle it or starts on it and then doesn't do anything, that's blocking other people from doing it. Totally reasonable. I know Dan is, like every programmer out there, swamped with a million things. So sometimes, things age away. Folks don't have time for what they hoped to. Such is life. All right. Moving on. See if this one's actionable. No unnecessary parameter property. Is this a new rule? Forbid unnecessary assignment of parameter property. Okay, so in TypeScript, you have these parameter properties that I personally almost never use, but there's some stacks where code is set up to make them really useful. Alessio GR, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you're there, hello. How's it going? Okay, so yeah, it's unnecessary to assign this dot whatever equals whatever when you have whatever as a parameter property with the visibility in front of it. So yeah, accepting rule. Umdsoft sent a PR back in June. I requested changes. Boop, boop. Nothing. So posting the comment. All right, nice and easy. I don't feel a need to post these on the internet, on social media, because it's just a quick little comment, not too interesting. All right, similar, we had a prefer array.at over array length -1. It's kind of a stylistic preference, but what are you going to do? For at create rule, requested changes. So yeah, we had this whole thread where we were talking at each other. The tooling made it hard to see. Pending comments, requested changes. Yeah, the comments were pending. I left a few requests. Yeah, so it needs to be a suggestion fixer rather than a build fixer. I'm also wondering, should we even have this rule? .add is different fundamentally. Whatever. It's a whole other discussion we already had separately. So just checking in. SVIAT 9440. Alrighty. Next up is a bump jest worker. This is a draft. They were just testing. We had issues a few months ago with tests closing out old draft PRs. Cheers. Don't mind me. I'm not actually a robot, but you know what? This is robotic action. Boop. Nice and easy. Ah, Yoel. I met them at a Prisma Day last year. Great individual over in Berlin. So we, I love this. We have an internal utility that we use in unit tests, specifically unit tests for lint rules, that says don't lint to make sure this is formatted well. Otherwise, we lint to make sure that if you have a little bit of snippet of code that you're testing whether it's linted, then it should be formatted with prettier. Sometimes people use it on code that doesn't actually need to be linted, or that is properly formatted. So we just don't want to have unnecessary no formats floating around. So that's nice. Is the PR? Yeah, so I'm gonna go close this out. Pity, because a few months without it. So Yoel can reopen if they want. Okay. Yeah, it can be surprisingly tricky to do some of these. Okay. Feature, add types for flat config files. Oh wait, no, before that. Wow, I refreshed and half of them went away. Okay. Chore, switch to ESLint flat config. That's from Nicholas Zakis. I always mess this up. Core maintainer and I believe creator of ESLint. They're just testing out. So we also have add types for flat config files, which Brad started. I believe, yeah. So ESLint, they just add. I think I actually still have a notification of this. They just added. Where is it? Aha! Plugin flat config guide to the docs. So for reference, ESLint is actually switching to a new config format. The old one's still going to be supported for a little while, but the new format is called flat configs, and they merged a PR yesterday that adds docs for how to convert your plugin. Merged. Are there any changes you want to make here? Cool. So I just pinged the folks there. Well, that's your first time. Yeah, fun fact. GitHub save replies are pretty nifty. Unfortunately, there's only like a per user save reply option. There are no like per repository save replies, so I had to write a Chrome extension. Refined save replies, which I've been meaning to get back to. I think I'm pending Chrome. I think I need to submit a new version of the Chrome Web Store again. I don't know why. I submitted it. I haven't heard back. I might have done it wrong. But yeah, it adds per repo. Oh no. I need to fix that up. It adds per repo replies.yaml. So it's on my to-do list to get back to this extension. I think there's a pending pull request for getting it on Firefox also, something like that. Oh, it was closed. Not well. Yeah, I've been meaning to migrate this to create TypeScript app too. I think this is still work in progress as long as it's tracked. Yep. Work in progress. Anyway, yeah, it's really nice. Let's go back to the... Oh no, I closed the wrong tab. Pull requests. Whatever, I'll just go to pulls. Go to page 3. Brad. No array deletes. Add rule. Let's see the latest. Okay, so this is someone who seemed to have problems with Git shenanigans and never responded. Are there still responses? No array deletes. Let me just take a peek. Oh yeah, a lot of comments here. So I think we helped this person a good amount. It's always nice to see people taking in advice. You're use. Oh, that's nice. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Good idea. It's clever. The summary tag. Yeah, big screenshots always annoy me on GitHub when you like load it on your phone or on a monitor and all of a sudden it just takes up the whole thing. Yeah. Cool. These are all resolved? They've still got merge. Yeah, so I'll ping them. This is looks like it was pretty close to resolve. Any other useful save replies? Love to know. I've got a whole bunch checked into typescript-eslint. Let me divert a little bit to go to .github/replies YAML, which is where we keep them. We've got like this has been merged, and this is clearly a duplicate, and all these other comment templates. Makes me happy to see them. I do try to like massage the text once in a while if it's like a contentious issue, so I'm not too robotic, but very useful. All right. Next up, feature add no unsafe unary minus rule. It looks like there's ESLint plugin unary minus that already exists. That's cool. I updated a few months ago. A TypeScript ESLint plugin. That's cool. And then Notwoods, Tiger Oaks, one of my favorites, suggested okay, so Tiger Oaks suggested it. Someone made an ESLint plugin. Brad was like, wait, you could just send it here. That was a misunderstanding on Discord. Okay, so we have the PR. Looks like awaiting response since August. Okay. Where is it? Checking in. A lot of these checking in today's. I need to get better at doing this more often. Also, we have maintenance docs. Now I forget. Did I say when... Okay, so I should be adding... We have docs on this, actually. When I ping the author, I should add the stale label and then 2 weeks later close. So let me add stale. And then I'll have to go back to the pull request view page 1 and put it on all the PRs that I just commented on. Actually, I'm not going to do the flat config ones. Those are irrelevant. Ooh, I got through a lot of these today. Look at that. Wasn't one of these like I merged and wanted to... Okay, so this one I actually left a review comment finally. This one is stale. Cparos, this one, stale. No unsafe enum comparison, not stale. We were just talking about that one. This fiat one, stale. It's useful having all this triaged. Okay, well, good to know. I have a save response for this. Boop, boop, boop. Co-authored by Unsoft. No worries at all. And then this one I just got to also. Right, this was the one I wanted to merge. Yes, merge it. Woo! I did something today. Code change. Yay. All right. Back to here. Docs enforce when not to use it on was right. I had sent this as a reference draft for an issue I'd filed, which is still under triage. Like as just an example of like if we enforce that all of our rules doc pages, for example, like kind of require weights, they don't have, not all of them have a when not to use it. And a lot of these directives are, as Brad says, bollocks, like they're not super useful. When not to use it? If you want to use the things this bans. Oh, okay. Cool. So Brad posted as a reference. Okay. So I'm gonna. All right. So this actually is interesting. So I'm gonna finish triaging this issue. Is what I'm gonna consider this work as. Posted a bunch of stale notices on some old PRs. Feels nice closing them out. Also, getting back to an triaging an issue I filed about cleaning up and filling in our explanations of when not to use or when to ESLint disable rules. Yes, so I'm going to say that this issue here has passed triage. Cool. I'm going to say this has passed triage in that the when not to use it examples should be filled out more. Try to get to that draft PR to clean up the examples per the clean up to fix up for the comments. Plus one that plus one. I think Josh mentioned. This one too. Josh Cena's that mentioning using disable comments there can be valuable. Great. accepting PRs, and I'll assign it to myself. So this PR I'm actually going to want to continue on. I just hadn't had time. Yay. Huh. Weird. I can't pin the issue in Twitch, the message with the issue. Anyway, it's been an hour, so I should reintroduce myself. Hello, everyone. I'm Josh. I work full-time open source independent, meaning I work on open source projects such as typescript-eslint, not for any one specific company. I do my work in the open, and you get to see it twice a week, give or take, on Twitch. If there's anything you want to talk about, open source, TypeScript development, life, let me know. Always happy to chat. Especially let me know if anything I'm doing is unclear or confusing. Part of why I'm doing this is because I want to show and explain what I do and why we make certain decisions in TypeScript-eslint land and in other projects. So if it's confusing and vague, that defeats the purpose. So hit me up. Let me know. I also wrote the book, Learning TypeScript. Buy it today. All right. We got this draft PR, support parse hashbang, which is blocked on an external API, apparently. So the proposal is that if you have code that looks like this is, you can tell this is a power user. Fisker works on Prettier, I believe. If you're using our API to parse text like this, the hashbang, which exists at the beginning of files to let Unix and Linux-like operating systems know it's running its node, that comment is missing. Acorn has an allow hashbang. ESPre supports it, and I've never used. I don't even know how to say this. Maria. Okay. Apparently ESLint is weird. Okay. And then we have this pull request, which is a draft. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna say this has been sitting in draft for a while. See if I can pin this message. There we go. This has been sitting for a while. So I'm going to close it out to keep our queue small and mark the linked issue as blocked on ESLint. Actually, now I am curious. Is there a way to visualize the ESLint? AST, not hours. Oh yeah, all right, duh. AST Explorer, one of my favorite sites. Oh, do they not have dark mode? Fine. What is the code being linted? Just copying the hashbang. And I'm going to parse it as JavaScript using the ESLint. Have its own, what is it? ES. I don't even know what they use internally at this point. Okay, so ESPre doesn't support it. Acorn doesn't support it. I believe that was mentioned as there needs to be an option. Does TypeScript itself support it? Tree statements. If there's the text, no. Okay. Yeah, so folks don't support it. Oh yeah, I always want to say. And please let me know if this is inconvenient, disruptive. Yeah, so the real issue is per discussion in we'd need ESLint core to support it for us to. If once there's a tracking issue in ESLint, marking this as blocked on ESLint. If there's a tracking issue there. Yeah, actually, I don't think I even looked this up recently. I think the last time I looked it up, there wasn't, but hashbang. Hashbang. Oh. Support hashbang. So that's cool. Interestingly, indicates that confirms what Brad noted about ESLint replacing replacing the hashbang with a / before parsing, and then updating that comments type to shebang after parsing. Update support to hashbang. CC Brad Zacher. I think what I'm doing is what your comments lead to. So yeah, marking is blocked, I think. So that's interesting. Did I post? I don't think I posted this. Interesting re-triage of an issue around hashbang parsing. Yeah, because like I think hashbang parsing got added to. Yeah. This got added to JavaScript for oh yeah, it's stage 4. So actually I should note this. Is stage 4 merged now, so hopefully an ECMA ECMA version will support it. Yes. Cool that that's part of Node. Oh, did I not post this? Whoopsies. Okay, let's test this out. Add link card, wait for the load, reply. Blue sky is still out of date. Ha ha! Blue sky. All right. Refresh. Update dependency Prism React renderer to v2. August 5th. We're waiting on Docusaurus to support Prism React renderer v2. This is the package. And looks like it got 2 weeks ago. Nice. So once we're on the latest, was merged 2 weeks ago. They're almost at 10,000 for the GitHub issue and PR count. Amazing. Great. So once we're on v3, for Docusaurus, what Docusaurus version are we on? Site package JSON, Docusaurus. We're on v2. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Hydration issues, blah, blah, blah. Will be in Docusaurus v3. We'll get this be unblocked once we're on Docusaurus v3. And when is Docusaurus v3 coming out? One wants to know. v3? Oh man, they're in beta? Look at that. Good for them. v3. Docusaurus v3. Ooh, very close. Very exciting. Looks like it's around corner. Very exciting. Very, very pumped for that. So that's nice. Don't need to take any action here. Oh boy. Naming convention, add support for default and namespace imports. Oh boy. I don't like the naming convention rule. It's very annoying. Very finicky rule. What big changes are coming to Docusaurus v3? Great question. Let's look at that blog post, actually. MDX v2. which has a few differences more strictly. I like strict. Oh my God, is it going to be ESM? ESM config files. No more common JS. All ES modules only. Very exciting. Docusaurus is like one of the two main projects that I rely on that for a while hasn't fully supported ESM in everything. The other is ESLint. So that's exciting. React 18. Nice, nice. They're fixing the warning admonition. That's cute. ESM for the win. All right. So that's cool. Yay. All right. Naming convention. Add the ability to lint imports. Yeesh. Look at this. 2106. What an old issue. 2020. And then the PR here. All right. Okay, looks like I approved it a while ago, and then Ping Brad hasn't had time to look at it. I know he's been swamped. He has a family. I wish I had a family. Just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I remember this. This is fine and good. How is it possible to work full time? You rock, man. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. You rock. I have revenue coming in from a few sources. I have a personal GitHub sponsors, which actually, speaking of which, little bump. If any of y'all want to sponsor me, that'd be lovely. Where is my README? There it is. I list like the sponsor tiers on my sponsors page on my README. That's oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, actually. Yeah, Twitch subscribers is another one. Yep, that's a personal one. My Twitch revenue actually has been, see if I can show it here. Get it all secure off-camera monetization. Nope. I try to make it as like little payout as possible on Twitch. Like I try to have as few ads as possible. I don't know if that actually succeeded. But my... Hey, please hold. I thought I did this within the last 30 days. Okay, yeah. So this is my Twitch payout history. It's like, a few $dozen a month. It's not bad. It's nice. So that's a thing. The brunt of the money comes from typescript-eslint. I'm one of the maintainers here. And if you look at our expenses, you can see how much we get paid. So like for me, it's like a little less than $1,500 a month through typescript-eslint's open collective. Also learning TypeScript, the book, that brings me roughly that much income a month also. Lastly, because I live in the glorious United States of America, it's important to note that I get health insurance through my spouse. Thank you, Mariah. She's great. Because health insurance here, very expensive on the open market. And thank you, I appreciate it, Darren. Any little bit helps. Also, once in a while, I'll do like contracting or podcasts paid or some such to bump up the funds. But okay. To anyone thinking of going full-time open source, I highly recommend considering it, but building up to it slowly over time. Don't just, graduate college or boot camp and I'm open source now, unless you have like really good like track record on doing projects. It's easiest if you have a full career, build up your savings, get networking with other people, start working on projects, slowly build up your network, your project reach over time and expertise. But all right. Yeah. So just looking at this quick little re-review. So what they're doing here, actually, let me re-reviewing an older PR I'd previously tentatively approved orange naming convention and imports. And is this person Binoche? Nope. Michael Kim. Yeah, Twitch subscribers are nice too, not just because of the money. Thank you again for that. Or because it like makes me feel good. It actually really does make me feel good. Thank you. Which is key. Burnout is a real issue with maintainers in the open source world. But also because it's like social proof, you know, like it makes me look good. People are more likely to come to the channel. I think helps with like Twitch search. So thank you for all that. But okay, yeah. So naming convention is one of our more ridiculous rules. I personally think that we should once eslint.style, which is a separate eslint plugin, separate eslint plugin that's coming out for stylistic rules. Once that finishes pulling in all the formatting rules from eslint core and typescript-eslint, then I'm going to start looking at our rules that are around stylistic things that like, geez, I don't want to maintain. And naming convention is one of them. It's huge. Like we had to have an FAQ and a giant list of examples for people because it's just so big. But you can, it is really powerful. Like to its credit, it does a lot. For example, like you can say that like all variables, functions, properties are camel case. Oh, that's a typo in the heading. Ha ha. Or like all privates have an underscore or whatever. Selector variable type format matches camel case. Good for you. And then this PR, if I check it out locally, pull naming convention TS. Oh my god, there's like an entire utils folder for this stupid rule. Other. Oh yeah, variable like, member like, type like, other. Yeah, that's that. That makes sense. So then we have modifiers. What is that? Okay, so a modifier might be that like an import is default or namespace or whatnot. And then that also bumps up the enum numbers. Elsewhere, type modifier starts at modifiers +1 or else sorting won't work. Yep. That's good. Viewed. The schema for this thing. Why is there a separate file for the schema? Is it just because of how huge it is? Jeez, yeah, it's huge. ESLint rules describe the allowed options with this JSON schema 4 format, number 4, it's v4, and this rule is a complex schema. So yeah, we're saying a selector schema import false default namespace. So the string is imports. You don't allow types. And then modifiers is an optional modifiers string, which is an allowance of all the modifier enums that we just saw. All right. On to the rule itself. Are we doing regions in this file? I guess we are. 224. When, for any import, so import default specifier, import namespace specifier, import specifier. Create the set of modifiers. Handle import default is foo. Yeah, okay. Then validator node.local modifiers. Okay, so then the validator is this general. Where is this selectors object? Yeah, so selectors is an object where it takes in the same ES query string to search for the type of nodes, for example, import defaults. And then there's a validator. I don't remember what that is, but it's run on the node. So let's see where the handler is run. What is validator? Oh, it's right in front of me. So validator is validators.import. So it's this function, validators.import. Go to definition. Where's validators? Parse options. Oh my god. Where is import? My god. Why is this so difficult to find? Import. We can import. Oh my gosh. All right, so validators comes from here, which comes from parse options, which, okay, create validator. Aha! That's where it comes from. And then imports. Nope. Oh my gosh. Where is this? So it's dynamically creating them. At this point, I'm like, if the tests pass, I'm happy. Yeah. All these different validation forms. Yeah, this is fine. Ooh, unrelated question. How do I push changes to PRs without having permissions to the fork? Great question. I do have permissions to the fork, actually, is how it works. This is something they added. I forget when. Been a little while, but yeah. Just looking at this one as an example. Or actually, wait, no, I should look at eslint pull to show. There's a little thing in the UI where should we request? Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Allow edits and access to secrets by maintainers. Oh, you've seen this? Yeah, so that's all I have. I don't have any other permissions or anything. And once in a while it gets in the way. Like if they don't have that checkbox checked. That's it. Oh, hey, Kevin. How's it going? Yeah, okay, so just looking at the tests, import star as the name. And when we say that you have to have Pascal case, that's okay. And then default is allowed. Okay. Default is allowed. Yep. And then we have the errors saying when the import namespace is Pascal case, then does not match format. Yep. Sorry for the delay. I just re-reviewed and it looks great. Thanks again for sending. Hooray. Why is Drew Barrymore there? Is that a cartoon frog spinning happily? I don't know if this is the vibe. Yeah, you know what? I've done enough GIFs for today. I'm good. Yeah, I'm just gonna merge this. I use the GHCLI to check PRs. It sets up everything. Oh, interesting. You're in a maintainer on Elementor. Oh, what a cool project name. Both of you have cool project names, by the way. Kevin, you work on Astro, if I remember right, and you do great work there. Is this the Elementor? Oh, thanks, Darren. I really appreciate it. Well, I mean, like getting swamped with things right now, but yes. Yeah, I'm still sending up PRs manually with Git, but I've been slowly getting more and more used to using the GitHub CLI. It's great. For those who haven't used it before, CLI.github.com. It's awesome. Oh, my stomach's rumbling. I'm gonna have to finish soon, but I'm not all the way through the old PRs. All right. The old refresh. What's next? Update prettier to v3. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Just skipping straight to the end. I see their names here. Oh boy. So, ooh. All right, so we have build failures, and looks like something was resolved in new version. So I'm gonna try this out. Awesome, yay! I think I'm gonna end with this today. I've been here an hour and a half. I'm getting tired. Y'all have been good to me. Thank you again. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this PR to work, and then I'm gonna try to raid someone. So any last questions or things you want to bring up, let me know. And if there's anyone you think I should raid, let me know. Last PR for the day. Thank you. Appreciate it. Revisiting this older one for bumping typescript-eslint. Oh no, I just realized, sorry, style shit, I've been tagging you and all these things. My bad. version 2v3. Sorry, I always forget that the tags are persistent across the thread. Now I feel bad. Oh, well. And, yeah, that one I merged. Yay. GHPR checkout. Well, I'm glad you're not mad about this spam. That makes me happy. Get merge main. Actually, you have a few things in main. Get checkout dash to the last branch. Yeah, get merge main. Oh boy. Lots of conflicts. So whenever I'm doing a formatting PR and their changes, I will just completely undo anything that's not relevant. So like yarn.lock I can undo, yarn.lock, and then .yarn releases star. Those changes are irrelevant. Yarn releases yarn whatever. Oh, that already has the symbols. That's funny. Okay, look at this. It just changes to imports, so I'll accept both. Oh, I do need to run yarn releases to install at prettier/sync. Oh boy, package JSON. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll reset this to main and then just manually reapply. And I'll probably end up doing that for the other two package JSONs. See how this goes. This might take a while, by the way. I'm not. Don't get too excited about leaving. Okay, so in package JSON, all I added was nx/workspace, and then after that, prettier sync. Let's see. By the way, one of the benefits of working in open source is you get to work with other people, and I got to like hang out or like at least chat on GitHub once in a while with the prettier folks who interact with us, like largely Fisker. Awesome, love it. Fisker's awesome, great time. And then also prettier was bumped to the latest. What is it? 3 points. Let's see if it auto completes it. Nope. Well, it's so cool to like have a say, or at least like be in the same arena as people who are writing tools that are also like used everywhere. Now I get to yarn, except, oh no, I got a couple more. Yeah, I'm going to check out main. Copy path, this one also. And this one, I just added the prettier sync as a star because the root package defines that as a dependency. And then this one, I bet you it's going to be the same thing. Let's packages website. Website package JSON. Yep, same thing. MDX. Prettier. Okay, now I can. What? Oh. Now I can run yarn. Code, yarn, releases, whatever. Okie dokie. And do I still have the angries? Nope. Cool. Yarn format -- right. See if that works. I'm curious. What are the okay, it was just website test failing and codecov not hitting the patch. That's fine. So going back through my changes, what did I actually do? I added dependencies to package JSON. A lot of these are going to be like reformats, and that's okay. As long as the lint rule tests work, I'm pretty confident in those. I also know that I looked at these previously. Yeah, prettier changed all its APIs as a breaking change in v3 to async, which is awesome. And actually, fun fact, if I remember, at least in part, if not majority, because of ECMAScript modules. Because of top-level await, the ability to run async code at the root level of a file, ESM, ECMAScript module, files are asynchronously imported. you shouldn't be able to import them synchronously, the way common JS files are required synchronously. Some platforms allow it in limited cases, like I think Bun does, maybe. But yeah, no. So resolve config is an async API now because, well, importing a config might be async. Which means that, yeah, I then use the different APIs. It's basically the same code. Yes, it's not actually instance of error. It's some other weird thing. I remember this now. So I'm just going to skip over that. I think it might have been on another stream. Who knows? Sure, added target DS 2022. Why not? New line diff, parentheses diffs, new line diffs, all sorts of things I don't care about. Package added prettier sync. Yeah, these commas are actually intentional. Fun fact. They disambiguate it from the two possibilities, which are JSX tag and a generic arrow function. New lines, parentheses, commas, all abound. Add all. I'm just going to merge main. You know what? I'm going to run test first. Just to... Ooh, wait. Yarn build. I should run that first. Make sure that all builds nicely. Another one. Prettier resolve sync. Or resolve config from prettier sync. Prettier.format. Yep. Generate configs. This is similar changes. Okay, so on the generate sponsors, we should not need to wait. Return awaits. Going off of, I'm intentionally adding it to get the error in this stack. To get all of the function in any error stack. Yeah, so fun fact, you don't need to return or await something that's a promise. Let me restart my language servers so they know that prettier.format returns a promise. But if you don't await, if you just return, then this function isn't in the call stack if it throws an error. Because you're just returning a promise, you're not adding to your call stack. So, resolve. Viewed. Prettier sync changes, prettier sync. New line diff, prettier sync. Reviewing my own code. Totally non-biased. What could go wrong? Ooh, I like this. Yeah, this is a better output. Props to prettier v3 for the CSS. All right, so build worked. Let's run test, which might take a while, but if it doesn't fail relatively soon, then I'll just push up. Input label, awaits prettier format. Let me just take a look. Line 38. This function's already async, so adding an await is fine. And then yarn lock. Cool. Tests are all working. That makes me happy. Git add all, git commit and merge branch main. Running lit state. Running prettier on 364 files is unfortunately not an O of no time at all operation. Git push. All right. So we're reviewing things that have changed. Apparently just 6 files, not too many differences. Yep, generate lib. Prettier sync, yarn lock, of course. Love a lock file, and here it is. Some parentheses in a docs file. Great. So I think this hopefully will be ready to merge soon. Just once everything. Oh, interesting. Yarn. Good call, Armano. So apparently, 4.8, let's see what line it is. Prettier at. So we rely on prettier 2.8.4 somewhere in the stack. Oh no, who relies on that? And it's the website. Prettier to you silly goose. What's the latest version? 3.03. I have to update all these versions. Oh my gosh. So that's an issue. It's a miracle this ran at all. Oh, I'm gonna caret version them, actually, if they were before. Let me just mass replace 303. I think that's the right version. Was this previously a caret? Yes, it was. Love me some carrots. Was this one a caret? Yes, it was. Oh boy. Exit 0. So yeah, I'm actually going to need to run yarn again and probably build again just to be sure. Ooh. That was fast. It's prettier. So types prettier is its own thing. Is types prettier still necessary? Does prettier provide its own types? Yeah, we don't need it anymore. So that's nice. Let's see, does anyone still rely on types prettier? Apparently we do. Get that out of here. Cats. Let's run yarn again. Alright, so once it finishes, yeah, types appears to be unused, removing. Look at all these warnings. Love it. Once we bump to Docusaurus v3, I think the vast majority of these that are in view right now around React are going to go away. All right, but prettier 2.8. Who's on 284? What is this? Rule schema to. Oh, you silly goose. I missed one. I don't know. Oh, because it didn't have the comma. Let's run yarn again. Is it freezing? So no 284s. Was it 288 also referenced? Prettier. Ooh, what I'm going to do is on my Mac, Apple Shift L, Apple left, Apple right, Apple Shift home. What is it? Oh, whatever. I'm just selected. Oh, Apple Shift left, whatever. Copy and paste into a new file, basically all those lines. Let's view it as plain text. And yet all the 3s. No, the 2s. So that's good. I don't know what's going on with that output for yarn, but whatever. And let's see if I can build and test. I believe I resolved that conversation already. And types prettier. It says stub now too. Great. Build worked. Test worked. Git add all. Get deduplicated versions and removed stub types. Okay. That makes me. Did I share this? Yes, I did. That makes me happy. All right. Well, do I have a book command set up still? Yes, I do. With all that being said, thanks y'all for watching and participating. This was really fun. I really appreciate it. You can sponsor me online if you want to help support this work. Or, because it's Hacktoberfest, you can send pull requests and issues to my repos. You can always do that. Just you can, especially during that Hacktoberfest thing, do it. Question from the chat. What extension do I use for GitHub other than my custom one? I don't remember if I still have refined GitHub. Oh, I use GIFs for GitHub. That was already enabled on this domain. Yeah, I use GIFs for GitHub. Maybe. Oh, refined GitHub? I do use refined GitHub. I have like 3 different versions of refined save replies. Great. So yeah, gifts for GitHub and refined GitHub. Ooh, redesigned nav UI available for all users. Good for you, GitHub. We're rolling things out. Yeah. So, last thing to look into is who do I raid? Enjoy the recursion of the screen here. Where's the raid? There it is. Oh, Jen! Love Jen. Jen's great. So thanks, y'all. This has been absolutely fun. I'll have this uploaded on YouTube within a day or two. And see y'all on the internet. Bye. 7, 6, 5, 4. I always say goodbye too early. Raid.